The big news from Ram this year is that it's bringing the Hemi V8 engine back to the Ram 1500 light duty pickup. If you want a diesel engine, you gotta go big. Ram's heavy-duty trucks were updated for 2025 along with the Ram 1500, but while that one swapped its V8 engines for a 3-liter turbocharged 6-cylinder, this one never gave up its V8 or its turbocharged inline 6-cylinder diesel. The 6.7-liter Cummins is available in either the 2500 or the 3500 truck, and now comes standard in the high output version, which is rated at 430 horsepower and 1,075 pound-feet of torque. That compares to the 6.4-liter V8's 405 horsepower and 429 pound-feet of torque. The HD diesels have also switched from a 6-speed to an 8-speed automatic transmission, with the aim of improving their performance, fuel efficiency, and refinement. 2500 prices start at $47,660 for a regular cab tradesman with an 8-foot bed. Above that is the Bighorn, while this Laramie crew cab with a 6-foot 4-inch bed is really the first trim that starts to get fancy and starts at $62,695, $66,525 with 4-wheel drive. At least until you add that diesel engine, which is a $12,595 option. Pulling power doesn't come cheap. And that's what the diesel's all about. The 3500's tow rating maxes out at 36,610 pounds, while 2500s can carry up to 20,000 pounds, depending on the configuration. This 4x4 Laramie gets close to that and also has a payload rating of 2,244 pounds. The Laramie comes with leather upholstery and standard with 3-across split bench seat and 3 cup holders, but you can't actually use them when there's 3 people sitting there. Yeah, I don't think you can be using this seat that much anyway, but this one is very nice, as is the entire cabin. Doesn't feel commercial at all, and the Laramie comes with a digital instrument cluster and a large portrait-oriented touchscreen display for the infotainment system, which is thoughtfully ringed with buttons and knobs for the climate control and audio. The Laramie has a 9-speaker Alpine audio system, lower and upper glove compartments, and under the screen, a very high-tech currency management system. This particular truck is optioned with a bed utility group package that includes a spray-in bed liner, lighting, and a pop-out step. The 2500 is also available in a mega cab body style, but this crew cab is plenty roomy. And it also has these floor panels under the seat that fold out, so you get a nice flat load space, don't have to deal with those unsightly bulges. Since this is very much a towing truck, they didn't skimp on the tow mirrors. Check out what these things can do. You can adjust the top mirror. You can adjust the bottom mirror. You can turn on the lights. You can extend the mirror to make it easier to see around a trailer, and you can fold them up when you park. This also has some very helpful truck tech, including a trailer screen that you can program for a number of trailers that does a light check and even shows you the odometer reading for the trailer. Plus there's a tire fill alert that lets you set the target pressure and honks the horn when you get there. And these are the recommended pressures for the stock tires. It doesn't just haul stuff though. It'll do 0 to 60 in 6.9 seconds, which is more than a second quicker than the old one. Chalk that up to that extra torque and the 8-speed automatic transmission. But the real advantage of that transmission is the fuel economy, which is, well, don't ask the EPA, because since it's a heavy-duty truck, it doesn't get an EPA rating. But on the highway with the standard adaptive cruise control set to the speed limit, I've been getting 25 miles per gallon in this monster. 25. A lot of light-duty trucks can't get anywhere close to that. And my overall mixed fuel economy has been in the high teens. Now, obviously, if you're towing or hauling things, it's not going to do that well, but it's a good place to start. And along with the torque, something you're going to want to factor in when you're figuring out if the $12,595 option is worth it for you. Now, even though this is a 4x4, the Laramie is not really an off-road model. You're going to want to go for the Power Wagon if you're looking for that sort of thing, or you're going to have to upgrade this with some of your own gear. but it gets around just fine on a forest road or a logging road and has more ground clearance than the two-wheel drive version, the lowest point increasing from 7.4 inches to 9.3 inches. But between the axles, it's up from 11.1 to 13.1. But on pavement, this is as close to a dream machine as you can get in a heavy-duty truck. Its killer app is a 4-corner coil spring suspension, and adjustable air springs are available for the rear. When I started driving this, I didn't even realize it had a beam axle instead of an independent front suspension. Ride quality and the handling are that nice. Overall, this just doesn't feel as heavy and lumbering as the other heavy-duty trucks. Not that any of the latest trucks are terrible, but for on-road comfort, this one's just a little above them. And it's very quiet. I'm talking about road noise, wind noise, and motor noise. When you're cruising along the highway, this engine purrs like a kitten. Now, unfortunately, I have made a mistake. I thought we were getting a Power Wagon this week, and we had a whole awesome off-road thing planned. What we didn't plan to do is any towing or hauling in the bay. So I don't have any video of that to share with you, but I have towed with this engine before, and it is as effortless as you might imagine 1,074 pound-feet of torque would be. I still do want to try that Power Wagon, however, and will as soon as possible. But the one thing about that is that it is the only heavy-duty Ram you can't get with the diesel. Don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but it's a thing.